Hey guys, how are you doing? Today is December 16th, and yesterday we have quite a bad day for US stock market, right? Because Dow Jones dropped it. Actually been for over 1,000 points, and then the closing is dropped at 700 something, and then Nasdaq also dropped it about 300 points. From the media, the reason is we have quite some reasons, but I recognize that one reports. I think that is the real reason for yesterday why the market suddenly dropped at more than 1,000 points, right? So this is not strange because there's a huge option on today. That is the deadline on today, 16, right? So we will talk about that. But actually, we examine like the Walmart, and then like Costco, and then we examine like today we will roughly talk about Best Buy. Then no need for me to introduce Best Buy, right? All of you know what is Best Buy doing. It's very famous, and then it should be the third, right? The third biggest supermarket in America. And then we take a look on Best Buy's data. Then you will see that actually the retail this year is not very good, right? So U.S. retail declines on November. So it's inspired a lot of people that the recession is already here. It's not coming. It's already here already, right? Okay, then our Falcon Portfolio also dropped it suddenly because yesterday the market dropped it quite heavily, right? Then it scared a lot of people. Wow, why the market suddenly dropped at more than 1,000 points, right? And then because it's very close to Christmas already, right? So actually our portfolio been dropped at to 37%. That means we dropped at 3% in one single day, right? We will talk about that very soon. So if you have any stock that you want me to analyze or any comment, then you can put your comments under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by Usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. So this is our covering. US retail declines. This is on November. That means 1 month before, right? I think it's mainly on the Cyber Monday, right? For some appliance, for some electronic or electrical products. So actually the recessions for America, I think, is already now. It's not coming. It's already now. Then we will roughly talk about Best Buy's performance in this year. Yesterday Dow Jones, wow, dropped at more than 400 points. Dropped at more than 700 points. It dropped at 764 points. And also a big drop on Nasdaq. Dropped at 3%. It's under 11,000 and dropped at 360 on one single day. So this is our Falcon portfolio, and then we dropped it yesterday 3% because we've been 40%, and then we dropped it 3%. Then now is the portfolio performance is 37%, and then the Dow Jones is only 30% for the past few years. So we take a look on the US 10-year Treasury yield. There is no big difference compared to yesterday after the putting up the interest rate to 1 week before. You can see that 3.456 to 3.482. So why the market suddenly dropped it once been 1,000 points? From the media, it's because the retail sales down 0.6% in November, right? That means in last month, and worse than the forecast. But if you take a look on from September to November, compared to 1 year before, from the same period 1 year ago, it's still up 7.7%. Of course, for gasoline up 16.2%, right? We know the energy all been the price all been putting up, and then the food service and draining also up 14.1% from last year, right? So the point is like that, yes, everything seems become worse in November, right? And another explanation from the media is the Fed seems they cannot lose the battle on the inflation. And in this one quarter, in the past 3 months, a lot of analysts commentation, and they always said that, oh, it will be the end of putting up the interest rate. And then next year, 2023, very close, right? Then Fed will slow it down, or some even said that they will decrease the interest rate, right? But actually, Powell is saying that he is not going to do so. He or Fed is not going to do so. That means Fed will maintain the same pace of putting up the interest rate. But it is the main reason on that? I don't think so. I think the main reason is this. Because there is on Friday, that means today, 16, there is 4 trillion of options expire in today is the quadruple witching day. That means then a lot of the option will be expired today. So actually they have to dump out everything to make sure. Why there is a lot of option? Because they are betting for Fed putting up the interest rate, the market will slump, right? The market will crash. So they put a lot of, I think is a short option. That means the forecast is the market will go down, right? So actually yesterday a lot of selling, dumping of the stocks. So they try to make the stock prices lower as possible. So if they calculate for the final of the option, right, maybe they will not lose so seriously. So I think this is the main reason for that, right? That is the main reason for that. It's not because of, but actually for the retail of America is a little bit weak on November. This is the fact, right? But this did not happen yesterday, and this is not related to Powell putting up the interest rate in 2 days before. No, because we all know that, right? So I think this is the main reason, all right? And let us take a look on some headlines first, and then we will roughly go through Best Buy, right? So we see that is in the contrary of what China thinks is when she cancel immediately in few days cancel the zero COVID-19 policy, and then she think that okay, everyone will come back, right? All the orders will come back, and then all the foreign investment will come back. But no, sorry. In the contrary, everyone escape. Why? Because the sudden reopening, new challenges, infection soars. A lot of people get the fever. Right? Many people in Beijing gets fever. And then all of them is trying to get the Panadol. Right? And then go to the pharmacy and then get the Panadol. Then a lot of them they are working for the nurses and the doctor. They're working in the hospital. Actually, they have a fever at the same time, right? So the news been spreaded, and then the foreign investment is very scared that okay, sorry, then we have to leave first. Then after this over, then we may come back, right? So actually, I think this will last for. Take the previous history of Hong Kong in February, March and April, then it will take at least, because because China has 1.4 billion people, Hong Kong only have 7.4 million people. So I think this will take China about at least 3 months. That means maybe on next March, something like that, right? So don't be happy too early, because didn't get a big rise this year. It could become in early 2023. It's not referring to stock price. Just let you guess what is this referring to. It referring to the payroll. That means the salary. We know that there is a lot of strike in UK, right? And also there will be small group of strike in America. So next year the putting up of the salary is inevitable in America, and this will eat up the company profit unless they can transfer this expenditure to the selling price of the product or the service. And then this for Morgan Stanley is bullish on this big tech stock, and it say it will rally by 64%. Then I let you guess which stock it is. Right. This is AMD. Right. This is AMD. And she has a lot of positive side on AMD, and AMD been dropped a lot, right? Because of the, no matter it's AMD or Nvidia or TSM, right? They dropped a lot because of the Russia, and then because of the America on China's then chip competition, chip war, right? We call it chip maker war, right? Something like that. So a lot of negative. Then Morgan Stanley said then it will be have a positive side on next year. Then we'll see, right? We have this stock already. Our portfolio has AMD, and I have AMD as well. So we talk about Best Buy. No need for me to further elaborate on Best Buy's business, right? We all know that it's a big supermarket in America. So you can take a look on the right hand side that the stock graph with a red circle, right? So it been bounced up a lot, right? In recently, like Costco or like Walmart, right? It dropped it quite a lot from 130 and then down to the lowest 60. That means it dropped it about half, and then it bounced back. It bounced back about $20. That means more than 30%, and then it dropped a little bit. It's just very close to Walmart or to Costco, and you can see that the PE ratio is 12, very low, and then the dividend yield now is 4.36%. We take a look on Best Buy's dividend history, then you will be happy on that, because no matter what for the past 17 years, 17. That means 2005 up till now is 17 years. You can see that the dividend is gradually increasing, right? Gradually increasing, right? And for the share buyback, unfortunately, that is decreasing, right? It depends on how the money then Best Buy is used. It does not have a definitely good or not for shares buyback, right? But the point is, if the company has a lot of cash and then no other business expansion plan, and then just keep the money and not do the share buyback, then it's bad, right? But if the share buyback is decreasing, but it has another business expansion and we get the good result on the capital expenditure, then it's good, right? So it's not have a definitely good or bad, depends on the situation. So you can take a look on Q3, right? Now just August, September, and October is 2023 Q3 is quite strange, right? When you compare to 1 year before, all is decreasing, right? Comparable sales decreased 10%. Domestic comparable sales also decreased 10%. And then online sales decreased 11% from 1 year before. International comparable sales also decreased. And then the non-GAAP diluted earnings per share decreased quite a lot. Nearly decreased at 35% than 1 year before. And then you can see that the enterprise revenue also decreased. Domestic segment, international segment, all is decreasing. That means the retail in America is not very good. So you can see that the operating activity, the net earning decreased more than half, right? So in past 9 months from end of October compared to 1 year before the same 9 months. So you can see that the net earning is 92.4 million US dollar. But 1 year before 9 months is 182.8 million US dollar. Right. But the good thing is the inventory decreased, right? The inventory decreased more than half, then this is a good thing. But no matter what, the total cash provided by the operating activity, you see that 1 year before is a positive. That means it earned money, generated cash, right? It's 1 billion US dollar, 1 billion and 61 US dollar. But you can see that this 9 months, the operating is lose a little bit money on that, right? 0.1 billion US dollar is a lose. 1 year before is an earning of 1 billion US dollar, right? So the retail or the supermarket of America in the past 9 months, especially in the past 1 quarter, is not very good. And we can see that for the cash and cash equivalent, bad, right? I put a red arrow next to it. You can see that 2 years before, right? This is million, 3.4 billion US dollar for the cash. And then early this year, 2.9. And then now, right? 93 million US dollar, right? Less. And then for the receivable account, nearly the same for both fee period. And then for the inventory, right? You can see that for the merchandise inventory for the past 3 periods is increasing, right? Early this year, better, right? 5965, but now becomes more. So actually, we can say that not only in November, in October, not also the selling is not very good, right, for Best Buy. I do not recommend you to buy Best Buy. Although the share price is not expensive, I will recommend you the first one I recommend is Costco. And then the second one is Walmart, right? So I will not recommend you to buy Best Buy because actually the performance is not very good. I will not focus only on the dividend, right? If the dividend is rising and the share price drop more than that, so it's no meaning to you, right? Okay, so today we share up till here. Then I hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend. And if you like this video, please give us a like, any comment and share is welcome. Then please help to press the subscribe button and then the bell icon next to it. So whenever we have new video uploaded, then you will get the information, the notice from YouTube. Okay, so we share up till here and I hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend. See you next week. Bye bye.